What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style O.G. And on today's video, I'm going to share with you 10 tips on how you can last longer during sex. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Bruce Miller, salute. Now, without a doubt, not lasting long during sex, aka premature ejaculation, is frustrating, it's embarrassing, it's discouraging. And it just so happens to be something almost every guy will experience at least once or twice throughout his life. But I'm here to tell you there's some good news. There's a bunch of tips and techniques you can implement to give yourself a chance to last much longer during sex. And I'm going to share with you 10 of my best recommendations on today's video. So although you want to delay ejaculation, I'm not going to delay the video any longer. Let's hop right into it. Now, first up on my list of the best techniques to last longer during sex is, in my opinion, one of the most effective. You want to practice something called edging. Now, what is edging? Edging is when you allow yourself to get close to the edge of climaxing and you back off. Thus the term edging. The reason why I like edging is because it allows you to learn your body and it puts you in control. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And edging is something you can do with your partner or by yourself. Now, I recommend when you first start off practicing edging, you do it alone. Masturbate, get close to the edge of climaxing, and back off. You want to practice this as much as possible until you realize you're getting better control of your orgasm. But whether you do it with a partner or while masturbating, one of the best techniques to delay ejaculation, practice edging. Speaking of masturbation, brings us to our next tip. One of the reasons why a lot of guys may reach orgasm too quickly is because they're overly excited, especially if you haven't had sex in a while. So what I recommend you do, if you're pretty sure you're going to have sex later on that day, masturbate beforehand. Now, this is going to take a little trial and error. You don't want to masturbate too close to sex because you might not be able to get it up. But you don't want to masturbate too many hours before because the excitement may come right back. What I recommend is maybe an hour or two before sex. You may notice a lot of times when you have sex, you last longer during your second round. When you masturbate beforehand, you're starting on the second round. Masturbating beforehand alleviates some of the excitement and some of the pressure. However, a word to the wise. If you're someone who suffers from erectile dysfunction, this might not be the best technique for you. You might not be able to get it up if you masturbate beforehand. Speaking of erectile dysfunction, when it's time to be intimate, we all want to be ready. But for the many men out there that suffer from ED, erectile dysfunction gets in the way. On top of that, it can feel very isolating and be very difficult to talk about. If this sounds like you, I highly recommend you talk to the good people at today's video sponsor, Roman. Now, for many guys out there that suffer from ED, they think they're alone. But I'm here to tell you it's much more common than you think. 52% of men over the age of 40 will suffer some form of ED in their lifetime. Roman makes ED much easier to talk about. All you have to do is go to getroman.com/style and they'll connect you with a licensed U.S. healthcare professional who will work directly with you to treat your erectile dysfunction. With Roman, you get a free online evaluation and continuing ongoing care for your ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your very own home. The whole process is straightforward, convenient, and discreet. When you go to getroman.com/style, you'll complete an online evaluation. And if approved, the medicine you need to treat erectile dysfunction will be shipped directly to your front door. Not only did Roman sponsor today's video, they've got a special offer for the Style O.G family. When you go to getroman.com/style, if approved and prescribed, you'll get $15 off your first month's treatment for erectile dysfunction. You don't have to suffer in silence with erectile dysfunction any longer. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and be in control this fall and winter. Be ready, Roman ready. Next up on the list of the best ways to last longer during sex is a way to take advantage of what some people consider a necessary evil. You see, one of the reasons why you might not last long is that you get overly excited or might be a little too sensitive. A way to combat that? Use condoms. Now, this is something I learned from my own experience. When I was younger and I first started to have sex and I realized I better use condoms, I noticed I lasted longer when I did use condoms. Although I realized it didn't quite feel as good, my performance was much better. That's because the condom provides a barrier between your penis and that great feeling vagina, causing you to experience less sensation, enabling you to last longer. Now, of course, you should be wearing condoms anyway to prevent STDs, unwanted pregnancy. But as I said, what a lot of us consider necessary evil, using condoms has another benefit. It'll help you last much longer. Now, we started the video off talking about practicing edging to delay orgasm. Our next technique is another training exercise. You want to do pelvic floor exercise. One of the reasons why you may have the inability to delay ejaculation is because you have weak pelvic floor muscles. How do you strengthen them? All you have to do is flex your pelvic floor muscles by pretending like you're trying to stop yourself from peeing or farting. The same muscles you use to stop yourself from peeing are the same muscles you can control your orgasm with. All you have to do is flex those muscles for about 3 seconds. Relax for 3 seconds and repeat. You can do these exercises anytime you think about it throughout the day. And the more you strengthen these muscles, you'll notice you'll have more control over your orgasm. To last longer in bed, strengthen those pelvic floor muscles. Our next couple of techniques are actually ways you can work on your premature ejaculation during sex. First off, slow down or vary the speed of your thrust. One of the things that leads to premature ejaculation is getting overly excited, especially with all that quick thrusting. Slow down a little bit. When you slow down and vary your thrust, it's much easier to control yourself. It gives you a chance to slow down and back off. One thing I actually suggest, alternate between thrusting and not thrusting. Actually take your penis out of the vagina. This gives your penis a break and allows you to calm down. Slow down the thrust, vary your thrust, or even alternate thrusting with non-intercourse. These techniques will give you much more control and help you last longer in bed. Speaking of giving your penis a break and allowing you to calm down, our next tip does that as well. Make sure you change positions. The reason why changing positions work, you have to take your penis out to go to the next position. These few seconds may be just what you need to calm yourself down and prevent yourself from going over the edge. What I also recommend you do, go away from your favorite positions. Of course, your favorite positions are much likely to make you reach orgasm. Like for me, I gotta go away from doggy style to missionary if I feel myself getting out of control. Another bonus tip, allow the woman to take control. The reason why this works, for example, like when she's on top, she can control the vigorousness of the thrusting and the penetration. With her in control and directing the flow, you get to relax and not be overly excited. A great way to make the sex much more interesting and delay orgasm, change positions. Earlier, we talked about practicing edging. Our next tip is a cousin to edging. You want to try the squeeze technique. How you do the squeeze technique? Right before you're about to reach the edge, stop thrusting. Then quickly squeeze the end of your penis where the head meets the shaft. What this does is temporarily pushes the blood out of your penis, allowing you to calm down momentarily. This, of course, allows you to interrupt the excitement and calm down a bit. This is one you probably can include your partner in. Either you can do the squeezing or allow her to do the squeezing. Just like edging, it allows you to develop control of your penis and your orgasm. Great way during sex to prevent premature ejaculation, try the squeeze technique. Now, next up is a simple tip I think a lot of guys overlook. If you want sex to last longer, focus less on the actual intercourse. You see, for a lot of guys that get overly excited, they're focusing too much on penetration. Focus off the actual intercourse and off yourself. Do more foreplay, more kissing and hugging. Do some oral sex. Focus the pleasure on her. This allows you to calm down. And one of the great things about not focusing so much on the penetration and focusing on her pleasure, she'll perceive the actual sex to have lasted longer than it really did. One of the best things you can do if you notice yourself getting too excited, completely stop the intercourse. Focus somewhere else. This gives you time to please her, calm down, and last longer during the actual sex. Now, next up is a way to last longer during sex by getting some outside help. You may want to try to apply a penis numbing agent. Now, there's a wide variety of products on the market that you apply directly to your penis to numb your sensation. By decreasing your sensation, it allows you to not get overly excited and last much longer. It's kind of like the same thought process of using a condom. Decrease the sensation, lower a little bit of the enjoyment, but prolong your performance. Now, these products can come as sprays, creams, or like our sponsor today, Roman, they offer a wipe. But a word to the wise, if you're going to use these numbing agents, you might want to talk to your woman about it. She may get numb or she may have an allergy. But a great way to decrease sensation, calm you down, and last longer in bed, apply a penis numbing agent. Now, as I said, if you use these numbing agents, talk to your partner about it. And that falls under the umbrella of our next tip. If you're having a problem with premature ejaculation, communicate with your partner. Trust me, if you notice, she probably notices too. Sometimes to get better sex and better sex results, you have to swallow your pride. Talk directly to your partner about what you're dealing with, your challenges. If you're with a good woman, you'll be surprised how empathetic she may be. In fact, she might have been blaming herself the whole time. Not only does talking to her allow her to empathize with your challenges, it helps her participate in the possible solution. Yes, it can be embarrassing, but you need to be direct and speak with her about it. One of the best ways to have a great sex life, whether you're dealing with not lasting long enough in bed or any other situation, communicate directly with your partner. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, premature ejaculation can be frustrating, embarrassing, and discouraging. But I firmly believe if you use one or several of the tips we talked about in today's video, just about any guy will be on his way to lasting longer during sex. Now, as always, I'd love to have your input. Let us know in the comments section if you have any techniques for longer lasting performance that the Style O.G family can use.